Hello, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Planescape Torment. Oh, sorry. Okay, so we need to find this clerk. She said the clerk, not a clerk. So I'm guessing maybe all this stuff together made me think that there was someone in here I could buy stuff from. Oh, look, here's a guy. Are you him? You see a sandy-haired youth. He's on the cusp between adolescence and adulthood. And from his eyes, it looks like he's trying to be as adult as possible without having the slightest idea how. In other words, he seems innocent. Hey, stranger, what can I do for you? Could you point me in the direction of the clerk? So, tell me about yourself. Me? I'm Saros. I grew up here. Got to run through the foundry, play with stuff. I like pretty much everyone here except for Hilden. He keeps saying I'm not raised right and that my father is a poor parent. All I know is that Hilden's the biggest sod I ever met. Tell me about the people here. They're smiths and they're smiths and workers. I think they mean well, but they're all so earnest and boring. They need to liven themselves up a bit, like say the sensates. You like the sensates, huh? Well, they know how to live life. They know what it's all about. Not like these people. They keep pretending there's some big noble purpose to it all, but I don't see it. My sister says that life is more than our senses show, but I don't see how she knows that, since all she knows is through her senses. I just don't get why people make this stuff up. We know who his sister is. Well, he's not our guy. Can we get up here? No, that's upstairs. Yeah, that's that. Can we go in here? Yes. Niles Xander. You see a bushy-haired man clad in height of fashion. If you consider fashion to have died 50 years ago. His clothing seems to consist of tattered street urchin rags, and he seemed to affect a disdainful manner towards those around him. Or that might be his actual manner. He doesn't even glance at you until you speak to him. Then his eyes begin searching your face carefully. You want something? Who are you? I'm Niles Xander, great-grandson of the artificer Zero Xander, engineer, dreamer, creator, and I have finished his work, the work that you commissioned, the Dream Builder. Are you ready to claim use of it now? A dream builder? What is that? It is both machine and ritual. It is a state of mind and a construct of steam and blood. It grants dreams to those who enter its confines. It was built for you, and it's waiting for you. Are you ready to finish it off? It's been waiting for you for decades. How do you know it was built for me? Because my great-grandfather, Zeno Xander, set your face in stone so that we would know you when you returned for the work you commissioned. He always thought you'd return, but no one else truly believed you would. Our family completed it. Our family completed it because we said we would, and now, here you are. Do you still have the stone? No. It was stolen from me a year ago. I only saw a shadow flitting away. It was the only item taken from my home. I have no idea who'd take it, but I'd memorized the features. I feel like having that stone might jar memory loose, and I'd rather not go into this dream builder without knowing exactly what's going to happen. So let's say no for right now, but tell him later. What can you tell me about the Godsman? He sighs and collects himself. That's a long subject. Let's get started on it. Now all creatures want something, don't they? They create, they build, they tear down, they dream, they fight, they fornicate. They do all these things because they want something beyond what they have. Even on the basis level of existence, every iota strives to be something greater. Some achieve this, some fall by the wayside. Every decision, every action, every reaction, all these create a base on which something else builds. Seems obvious then that our current exalted state of being is building a base for ourselves for something greater. What is that, if not Godhood? That's the way I've always justified it, and frankly, I ain't in the mood for philosophical discussion. You want that? Find a factor or something. A fact? Where can I find a factor? Factor Kelder is right up there on the dais. Talk to him, or else you'll find that suicidal Bert Sandoz and talk to him. You done pestering me yet? Yeah, that's fine. We'll leave you alone.
All right.
Let's keep getting distracted by these people. Let's leave this guy alone for now. Apparently he's suicidal.
I'm gone.
And let's see if we can find this forge. Or a way to build in this forge. I can't think. I'm so distracted. I can't even talk. But you get what I'm going for. We need to find the items so we can build what we need on the forge. You see a severe woman with flaming red hair pulled back tight, giving her face a stretched, nervous look. She appears to be deep in thought. At your approach, she glances up and says, "Can I help you with something?" "Yeah, I have some questions." "Tell me about the project you're working on." "Tell you about the project we've sworn our lives to complete and defend?" No, I don't think so. Not yet, anyway. Let's just say it's powerful, and it'll be worth the effort we put into it. Who are you? My name is Badai Lin. I'm a magical engineer. Not a mage, mind you, but a theoretician. A theoretician. And I'm going to make sure the Godsmen don't get a chance to use that weapon or contract for other such weapons of war again. Not what we're looking for. Can we...
I'm gone.
Nothing.
Done. Done. All right. Done.
You know what? Let's talk to a smith, just in case. Yeah, he's just listening to Keldor.
All right.
Please have what I need. Door's locked. Sorry, sir. No one's allowed up here till the factor Sindoz gets back. You can't go in. What can you tell me about him? He's a believer, sir. A true believer. But he's moody, and all that travel across the multiverse can't be good for your head. Either you lose perspective or you get too much of it. Either way, it ain't good. I'm hoping he'll make it back safe.
I'm gone.
I'm so confused.
I'm gone.
Okay, this guy looks like some kind of storekeeper. Please. You see a wizened old man with trembling hands and a cunning face. He looks you over carefully and speaks. Hello. Have I seen you before? You seem familiar to me, somehow. From where? Do you remember where? No? No, not so fast, lad. It takes a while for the mind to warm up to a task like this. I've lived a long time, and I've seen a lot more faces in that time. And it ain't so easy to remember. Memory is a fleeting thing, and that's some you can bank on. That's something you can bank on. Before replying, you mutter, "Tell me about it, lad." Ah, yes! Oh, thank God. I'd like to pick up some gear for the forge. Ah, you're wanting to be a smith now, eh, lad? Very well. You'll need an apron, 10 copper, some tongs, another 10, and a hammer, which will be 20. That comes to, let me see, 50 copper. That comes to 40 copper, old man. Sorry, but that sounds more like 40 copper to me. What am I thinking? Of course it is. I'll tell you, memory's an insidious thing. Alright, give me the stuff. Gave me a bunch of stuff I already had. Anyway, let's ask him some of those other questions. You mentioned you've seen me before. Do you remember where? Already saw all that. We already read all this. Can you tell me who you are? Me? I'm Nadalin, Godsman fighter extraordinaire. He sighs. At least I used to be. Now I'm a clerk in the foundry, breathing in the sooty air and hastening my dying day along. I'm here to pick up an item. You have a receipt? You'll need a receipt, or I can't give you anything. No. He pauses for a moment. If you got a receipt, give it to me. Otherwise, I can't give you anything. Now go on. I'm sure I can be a busy man without being played with by a passerby. We don't need this cheese. Clot charm. You take that. Oh, a forge hammer, not a regular hammer. Alright. There's the items we need.
I'm carrying too much to move.
Oh,
I'm carrying too much to
yeah,
move.
I get it. I get it. Alright. items. I need to use the forge. Oh no, we already got that. Alyssa, I need to use the forge. Okay. Certainly, just make sure you have all the proper items. Yep, we got it. Okay. Well, I guess they're not the... There's not a place to use it. Okay. Odd. Anyway, the forge. You step up to the forge. The heat is incredible. What do? Use it. The fire is throwing off an incredible amount of heat, but thanks to your protection, you are able to withstand it without any damage. Would you like to work the forge? Yes. What would you like to do? Pick up the ore with the tongs and hold it in the flame of the forge. Seems like the kind of obvious thing to do. The ore softens rapidly, soon becoming soft enough to work. Your hands grow slick with sweat. Place the softened ore on the forge and work it into shape. Something small and dangerous. Let's make a stiletto. A stiletto, a quick, easy weapon, and one that will get you away from this inferno much sooner. Are you sure you want a stiletto? Yes. Now that's a nice piece of work. Your stiletto is not only functional, it's perfectly balanced and deadly looking. Nice work. This thing will serve me well. Keldor will certainly be impressed by this. Let's get out of these flames. You know, we could have had Ignis do that, right? Wouldn't have needed that freaking apron.
All right.
Show him the item you forged. I finished forging my creation. He takes it from you and examines it carefully. That is without a doubt one of the better pieces I have seen a recruit forge. You'll go far, my friend. Are you ready for the next test? I certainly hope so. I suppose I am. He continues grimly. A murderer has struck in the foundry, and I am forsaking the usual test in order for you to track this killer down. Go speak to the supervisor, Alyssa, whatever, in the main foundry and proceed from there. When you have completed your investigation and are ready to name the culprit, come back to me.
Updated my journal. I feel stronger.
Yes! We got a characteristic point. Oh, baby. 22 wisdom. Look at that. But we also have stuff that increases our wisdom, so we should be close to 25. We should be at 24, I think. 24. That's really, really good. I think 25 is considered godlike. All right, everyone, you've seen enough. Get back to work.
I'm gone.
You again? What do you want now? Oh yeah, we already read all that. Under Keldor's authority, I'm investigating the murder that occurred here. What can you tell me about it? You want to know what I saw the night of the murder? Well, I was working late when I heard the sound of a scuffle. When I came out, I saw a shadowy figure slip out of the door into the meeting hall, and I raised the alarm. Do you have any other details? I only know 3 people who had access to the building that night. They were Filden, Saras, and Badai Lin. The 3 of them have dramatically different builds, but in the haze of the foundry, I couldn't see so clearly. So there are only 3 suspects. It seems too pat. I don't know what that means. I have an alibi. Not to mention that Keldor already ascertained the truth from me. I have nothing to hide. Apparently, Filden, Saros, Badai Lin do. Right, apparently, Filden, Saros, and Badai Lin do, though, because they wouldn't go under Keldor's spell. I already know where all of them are at. Okay. I have a feeling this is going to take a while. And this is probably a good point to stop, and a really good point to pick up in the next episode. So, there is one place I wanted to check. Because again, my memory playing on me. We'll come back to this. I just want to check something. Oh, we're in the wrong spot.
I'm gone.
I want to go back to that brothel because I think I remember seeing a man in orange. And I just need to double check it so I don't sit here and wonder. More Clerk's Ward.
I'm gone.
Yeah. I really like her wings.
All right.
Fall from Grace. We could talk to her. Before you is a stunning gold-haired woman dressed in an azure and violet dress, with 2 long, elegant wings draped across her shoulders. She is surveying the room with a slight smile, and she easily is the most beautiful woman you have ever seen.
Well
Greetings.
met, traveler. How may I help you?
Who are you?
Updated my journal.
I'm called Fall from Grace. She studies you for a moment. Are you new? You are new to Sigil, are you not? Yes, I am. Does it show? She smiles slightly. Not as much as you might think. You carry yourself quite well. What is this place? This is the brothel of the slating intellectual lusts. She studies you for a moment. I take it by your question that you do not intend to partake in this establishment? Brothel of slating intellectual lusts. What kind of brothel is this? I established this brothel to give those lustful fevers that strike the mind more avenues of expression rather than the simply carnal. Much pleasure can be had in conversation and engaging in verbal arts with others. Sounds dull. I assure you it is not. Tour the brothel, see for yourselves. So this is a brothel where there's no intercourse. Only of the psychological nature. Rest assured, it's still quite stimulating. Alright. She already told us why she established this place. Just a different kind of stimulation. Can I ask you some other questions? The wings on your back, what are you? She's one of the fiends, one of the succubi she is. She'll take your measure, then she'll take your soul to the lower planes, so she will. Your companion is correct. I'm a lesser Tenari. More specifically, a succubus. She gives a soft sigh. I'm afraid we're a little too common in the lower planes and elsewhere for our own good. Most of my race spend their time seducing mortals with various pleasures of the flesh. Okay, and you?
Updated my journal.
I like to think that I have distanced myself from that. It is ultimately a trivial and non-productive way for one to spend one's time here in the multiverse. There's too much more to life, wouldn't you agree? I'm a man, sweetheart. Uh, I'll only partially agree with that. Anyway, perhaps so. Let me ask you some more questions. I came here looking for help. Perhaps you can help me. Help? What kind of help are you looking for? I seem to have lost my memories. In doing so, I've lost myself. You've been stricken with amnesia. Paul from Grace looks pained. How terrible. You have any idea how it happened? Not really. At least not that I can remember. I woke up on a slab in the mortuary, and everything before that is black. You awoke in the mortuary? I think the dustman mistook me for being dead, or I was dead, or something. All I know is that I can regenerate my wounds quickly. I could be immortal, but I don't even know that for sure. Paul from Grace seems to be appraising you with a renewed interest. Those scars in your body, she reaches out a hand as if to touch you. May I? Yes. Fall from Grace drags her finger along your chest lightly, tracing the edges of your scars and following the curves where they blend into some of your tattoos. She seems fascinated. These scars do look as if they have been taken several lifetimes to accumulate. They certainly do, though some are more recent. Some of those wounds would have been fatal to a normal man. She taps her chin, thinking, "What do you intend to do now?" I need to get my memories back and my life back. I intend to scour the plains and search inside myself until I can piece together who I am and what brought me to this state. Fall from Grace is still thinking, her finger tapping on her chin. I must say, I never met a man who lost himself in a literal sense. Forgive me, but your condition is intriguing. Intriguing? Frightening is more like it. I don't like not knowing who I am, what I may have done, who my enemies are, or who my friends are. I have offended you with my words. I give my apology if you'll have it. Never mind, no harm done. If it will help, you are welcome to tour the brothel. Several of our students are well versed in verbal arts. Perhaps one of them will be able to rekindle your memories. We need to end this episode, but we'll pick it back up in the next one because we're really close to time. Anyway, so thank you very much for watching, and I hope you all join me for the next one.